I strongly support border security. Supported it then, support it now.
So why tie it to DACA?
The discussion, well, it looks like the president wants to tie it to DACA.
And you're okay with that?
I voted for border security at the same time as I voted for the DREAM Act, because in comprehensive immigration reform, we had the DREAM Act and we had border security. I was willing to vote for both. So if we can find a deal, and there's no reason we shouldn't. Remember, the first Dreamer bill was introduced in 2001. This is not a new issue. It's just a matter of making a decision. And since so many of us in the Senate voted for both permanent protection for Dreamers and border security, we ought to be able to find a deal before the 19th of January.
And you're okay?
I think there's a significant number of Democrats in the Senate that would not shut down the government over DACA, and I don't think you can justify doing that, and nor do I think they need to, because quite frankly, there's more support today than there's ever been in the 7 years that I've been here to dealing with the situation facing young people in this country who find themselves here illegally through no fault of their own. But in this constitutional republic, the only way to get things done is that you've got to get, both sides have to get something. And the president has made clear his priority on not just border security, but immigration enforcement, which, by the way, happens to be a fundamental obligation of the U.S. federal government. And it is not unreasonable to request that as part of any sort of arrangement and on DACA, and I think you can do it, and I think that's a reasonable thing to do, and not sure why they would object to it, since that's something they have voted for as recently as 2013.
How about?
I don't want to make the same mistakes that we made in 1986 when we thought we had the border secured, because for the first time in the history of our country we made it illegal to hire undocumented workers, and we thought we secured the border by that provision. It didn't secure the border. We legalized 3 million people, and now we have 11 million persons that are undocumented. So as we proceed here to do something for these kids, because they didn't break the law, their parents broke the law, so we have to have some sensitivity towards why they're here in the first place. But in the process of doing that, we don't want to encourage a pull factor, so it encourages more people to come into the country and violate our laws.
I am hopeful that we're going to include this as one of the necessary elements in any final agreement. We've been trying for weeks and months. Lives are hanging in the balance. I think we're close to a bipartisan proposal. I'm hoping that we can get the support of both the Senate and the House.
What are the sticking points that you have right now?
There'll always be sticking points. We have to compromise. It's the only way to get this done. It's not a bill I would have written by myself, nor one that Lindsey Graham would have written by himself. But we've tried to meet the President's criteria of things that are important to include, and I think we're very close to doing that.